How to get paid while you're on maternity leave. This is one of the questions that I get most often when I am supporting small business owning women who want to prepare for maternity leave and really want to take some solid time off to welcome a new little one into the home, all while not releasing the grip on their business and the growth trajectory that it has. So I work with women every single day who are planning maternity leave for their growing families while supporting a growing company. And ultimately, it comes down to being able to create financial health, financial awareness, and to really feel confident that your personal life or your business isn't going to suffer while you take this time off. Because a lot of us, myself included, while growing a business and growing a family, really feel like we can't access some of the time that we need to be able to confidently press pause on our business and be with our family. I know that happened to me with my first maternity leave. I was actually in the hospital with my son when I was answering Slack messages and emails from clients and from team. I literally felt like I couldn't press pause for just even a few days. And it was really stressful for us. It was very challenging for me as a new mom. I thought to myself, really, am I prioritizing my business over my family, over my new baby? From that day forward, I knew that I needed to use my systems and processes acumen that I've used to grow a successful company over at Operations Agency and really distill them down to apply for the specific use case of mastering your maternity leave as a self-employed mom, because ultimately we don't get a maternity leave, but we can create one for ourselves. So I'm going to talk about today how you can get paid on your maternity leave, because ultimately that is going to be one of the most anxiety decreasing elements of being able to go out on leave, right? So if you don't have a gigantic nest egg, if you don't have a ton of cash reserve in the business, if you feel like you are really kind of floundering or feast or famine thing in your business to be able to make things work, these are some levers you can pull or some ways that you can get paid on maternity leave. So the first and most obvious one is you can pay yourself. As the owner of your business, you can extend a really attractive benefit package to yourself and give you, 7 weeks, 8 weeks paid maternity leave, right? It's not going to substitute for your time in the business, but you can and should, as an employee, depending on how your business is set up, pay your own salary and give yourself your own benefits and paid time off. So I think this is really overlooked often because some of us, at least in the beginning, are freelancers or we are, working together, with other, contributors, contractors, that sort of thing, to be able to, keep the business afloat. But ultimately, if you want to formalize this, if you are currently family planning or if you are currently expecting, you want to get this figured out as soon as possible to take yourself on as an employee, because that will help with number 2. So the second way you can get paid on maternity leave is to use your business insurance or government resources or state resources to be able to support. So let me explain. When I was pregnant with our second son, Jack, I decided that while we were family planning, I was going to formalize everything and change my business into an S Corp and take myself on as an employee, because I knew from doing the research after having my first son, Frank, that it was way easier for me to give myself benefits if I was able to take myself on as an employee. I could justify that expense in the business and all of those things. So again, not a financial advisor, but this is going to be really, really helpful for you as you start to plan. And one of the things I did was, as I formalized everything, I got business insurance, and it was for the business owner so that it protected my assets, my home, all the things that I was using to run the business. Like if somebody came and stole my laptop, they would replace it, because that's how I work, right? The same exact policy helped me with paid time off as it relates to disability. So if you have disability insurance in your business, and again, talk to your advisor and, consult with an insurance professional on this. But if you have disability insurance, you can apply for it and say, hey, listen, I'm going to be recovering at least for 4 weeks, right? The doc says don't drive, don't work out, don't do any of those things if you have, a normal, natural, kind of routine birth. Now, C-section stuff is a little bit more of a lengthier recovery time, usually about 8-ish weeks. But for the most part, right, about 4 weeks, you can really justify to your business insurance, hey, listen, I'm going to be totally unable to do some specific things in the business, especially if you have a physical services business. If you're in a position where you're a hairdresser and you are standing for long periods of time, that is something for sure that you could, explore getting some compensation for short-term disability. So that's that's the first kind of thing under this hood of, really solid business insurance or, leveraging government resources. So I know that every single state is different related to self-employed maternity leave. And one of the biggest reasons I founded Master Maternity Leave is because largely self-employed women are on their own. I will say this. They are on their own with some of the government resources and things that are available to them at a federal level and even at the state level. So it depends which state you're in. I know New York has really incredible benefits for moms who are in a position to apply for grants or aid financially, in the way of short-term disability, in the way of paid family leave, all of those things. So check with your state, but that could be a really great way to find some additional financial, bandwidth to be able to take some time off and really get funded for that maternity leave. Now, the third best way to make money on maternity leave is with largely passive income. I actually personally don't believe that income is quote unquote passive unless you own stake in a business and you're not advising, in any capacity. But passive income means like affiliate relationships. If you can work with somebody who is largely selling things on your behalf or doing something like that, and you're just getting some referral fees. So if you have a large email list or a large social following, you could be in a position to say, hey, listen, I will rent you that list, or I will be in a position to collaborate with you to sell your products and services, and then you'll give me a cut. Striking up those passive income or affiliate types of relationships, even creating an Amazon store, is something that is really, really impactful for some of my business owners who have a following, who have, something that they can leverage. Now, that is something that is obviously going to take some time to build. So if you are family planning, the biggest things that you can do to get paid on maternity leave is check with your business insurance and make sure that you can A, get that, and B, make sure that everything would be covered to, for example, get you paid for the first 4 weeks of maternity leave. The second is start to build in some passive income that doesn't require a ton of your time or a ton of overhead, that can really helpfully float you through this period and, help you, build a business that doesn't necessarily rely a ton on your time, and the third is to make sure that you give yourself as an employee the most attractive benefit package that you can in terms of taking time off. So really step into your CEO-ship and treat yourself, as not only the owner of the business, but the, employee, and ask yourself the question, what would I do? How would I treat somebody on my team who was going out, for maternity leave, and how would I approach that situation? The thing to remember is that there's not a one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to planning maternity leave and even preparing your finances. There are infinite ways to make money, so use your creativity, use your acumen in your market to be able to create opportunities for you to get paid on leave. I think we can use the government, we can use our insurance, we can use passive income and affiliate relationships, and we can leverage our own benefit package from our business and the success that it's achieved, over the last, years or so. So if you are looking for some ways to manage your financial habits, I have another video on the channel about specifically preparing your finances for maternity leave that should be a little bit more helpful, kind of pre-leave or in the family planning side of things. But if you are loving these videos, I encourage you to subscribe and follow along with us at Master Maternity Leave. We are most active on Instagram, where I'm giving you all the behind the scenes of how we are preparing business owners for maternity leave and growing our business and growing our family. Take care.